Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be taking a look at the M1 Finance Roth IRA and going over some of the changes that I have been doing. Now, I recorded a previous video going over why I am selling some of my stocks that have hit resistance points and are trading at near all-time highs, and I am taking profits. Now, I went back through my portfolio having done that, and I actually looked at my portfolio holdings where I had a few positions here. I sorted this by equity, and let's go ahead and resort this by my cost basis. And up at the top, you're going to notice that I have a few stocks where I purchased them and I wanted to start a position in them, but they got to the point where they just kept climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and I am no longer wanting to invest in those specific companies at this time. So I went ahead and zoomed in. So Coca-Cola being one of them, I've only made $8.83, sure, but that is a 16.58% gain on my capital that I invested. Also, Medtronic, I purchased $72.86. It's up 16.12%. Yes, it's up only $12.77, but I don't want to be buying Coca-Cola or Medtronic up at these highs. I was actually taking a look here. MDT and Coca-Cola. I'll go ahead and show you how these are currently trading with their 200-day and 50-day moving average. Here, oh, I got the percentages on. Coca-Cola, all-time highs right now, $102.33. Let me go ahead and put in these PE ratios here and go ahead and bring it back to 1 year. So I'm going to take out that forward. That forward's not correct. So here we have Coca-Cola, Medtronic trading with the price to earnings ratio of 30.06. Their 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average is back here in this $91 point. Medtronic has shot to all-time highs, traded at $102.33. It's beat all-time highs here, and I'm taking profits at this time. It's a very small position. I want to go ahead and use those funds somewhere else in my portfolio where I can get a better bang for my buck. Yes, this could go even higher, but I feel that this stock is extended here in the short term, climbing from the mid 80s all the way up now to $102. Now, if this falls back down into a certain range, I will certainly pick it back up, and I will definitely add much more equity into it once it does come back down as we go towards the end of the year in 2019. That means 2020 is right around the way where I can begin adding another 6,000 into the portfolio. Coca-Cola, we look at the exact same thing. Look at this movement here just in the last few days, moving from almost right around, let's go ahead and go to the month period here. We were trading right above $51, now trading at all-time highs, $53.78. So this is a great company, but we're trading with a price to earnings ratio of 32.82. We're also looking at trading above its both 50-day and 200-day moving average, right in that $50 to $48 range, and I am just taking profits and actually just selling out of these positions and moving on to other positions that are still within my portfolio. Now, I did make a note, so here they're still part of my portfolio. They're still part of my M1 Finance portfolio. I do have some sells initiated, but what I've gone ahead and done is move down here. This is my sort of watch list that I've created down here, and I've added them right on down here to where I originally purchased these stocks. So my buy price for Coca-Cola, $45.55, Medtronic, $87.07. I made a snapshot of where I'm at right now. Now, I will make a note. This video is sort of a future reference to myself and all my viewer subscribers, but as these kind of come down and go back into the negative, and that will kind of give me an alert or let me know visually that this is a buying opportunity back to where I feel it's at a reasonable level, and then I could again begin adding into that position. It's not that I don't like these companies, it's just knowing when it's time to take profits and move those profits into some other company. It's not that I don't like Coca-Cola, it's not that I don't like Medtronic, it's just that I'm consolidating my profits, moving them to other funds that could show much higher potential here in the future versus, coming back down due to all that rush that was recently taking place here. So with that out of the way, I kind of explain my reasoning for wanting to sell these. They're trading basically at all-time highs, having some resistance. Yes, they could possibly move higher, but that would be just a very large rush here. So let's go ahead and drop back into the M1 Finance portfolio. Now what M1 Finance does is when you go ahead and remove slices from the portfolio, it asks you a question. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you here what it actually does. So I only have a few positions. Let's go ahead and cancel. I'm also selling Kimberly-Clark, but I'm not selling all the position. I'm just taking a few profits here. I was supposed to sell, I believe, like $60 or $90 on this one. I was selling some of my profits on it. It was supposed to go through, but it actually ended up buying. So I'm selling about 60% of my profits, which is about $60 of 100, and I'm moving that elsewhere. I believe it's in the SPG, but I'll show you in a minute here. So as I scroll down the list, I'm actually going to uncheck and cancel these pending buys. I have a pending buy for SPG of 125, and I have a pending buy of Tanger Outlet here. So let's go ahead and find Tanger, and I'll go ahead and remove this one and cancel, and I'll go ahead and show you why. So what happens when you remove positions within M1 Finance? Let's go ahead and hit edit here, and I'm going to go ahead and just I'll go ahead and leave this as it is. Actually, we'll go ahead and bump up like a 4%er here. The question that it asks you is when you hit save, it says, are you sure you want to make these changes in your portfolio? So yes, you're obviously wanting to make changes. So any removed slices will be sold during the next trading window. These proceeds will be reinvested into this pie. So what you are agreeing to is as you sell out of these positions, again, I'm selling out of Coca-Cola and Medtronic, this is automatically reinvesting my proceeds, my equity that I'm selling out of these companies. They're automatically targeting my total pie. I don't have any control of where these funds are going. So what does that mean? Here on the dashboard, it's going to show estimated trades. I don't have any other buys. I have a couple sells. I have a sell of some partial shares here, and these are going to remove that in my total portfolio. Well, I don't have any other stuff marked here. If I go down here, I have estimated trades. It's going to automatically try and buy CenturyLink at $87.38 and Eaton Vance for $55.90. Even though I'm not telling it to, over here on my funding, I have don't invest my cash. But because you agreed here that you want these proceeds from your sales to be reinvested into your pie, that's exactly what M1 Finance is going to do with your cash that you have in the account. I know I had a couple comments on this as well. So what you want to do to get around this is let's just go ahead and take a look at the equity that I'm removing. I have $242 that I have cash potential here tomorrow on Friday morning when the market's open. So, whoops, 242, and I have some cash sitting in dividends right now, but I'm going to split that between two stocks. I have $121 that I'm splitting between two stocks from the selling proceeds, and we can see here that M1 Finance is trying to target CenturyLink and Eaton Vance. Now, to get around that, you may think that coming down in here, and let's go ahead and sort this by my negatives, I'm going to be averaging down on Simon Property Group. This one only shows 1.03, but that is with dividends reinvested. The actual loss that I have on this position is about 6.75. So 6.75 equity wise. So that's why I'm targeting this one. So I go in here and I go ahead and select buy, and I'm going to go ahead and punch in buy of 125 and continue and confirm. Okay. So you may think that actually we still have some more capital to use, so we're going to jump back to our portfolio dashboard, and we're going to be targeting my other position here, which is in the negative as well. Actually, it moved into the positive, but I still want to buy it because I believe it's at a good position right now, and I'm trying to add into this. It's Tanger Factory Outlets. I'm going to go ahead and hit buy, sell on this one again, and I'm going to go ahead and punch in another $125 and select continue and confirm. And now when we go back to the dashboard, what we should see here is my estimated trades. I just targeted two stocks with $125 and I'm selling at a few positions, but if we click back in here, it's going to show my CenturyLink still, taken a really high priority. It's going to show my Eaton Vance. It's going to show Tanger Factory Outlets nowhere near my 125 set price. Simon Property Group at 51.73. So it's giving me a mixture of my pies that are targeted based on my percentages of my total pie. It's trying to buy my total pie right now, but I don't want to do that. So what the fix is for this is to go into your portfolio here, and what you want to do, it's going to take a little bit of time. If you have a fairly large portfolio, it's going to take a little bit here. But what you want to do is lower every single thing down to 1%. I know this is going to be a bit of an annoyance, but if you don't want M1 Finance to target stocks randomly within your pie, this is what you have to do. And once you've done that, you'll see here that my total is 34. So 100, I just need to give Tanger Factory Outlet 34. So 34. And my Simon Property Group, it should be right here, 34. And that should equal 100. I will go ahead and hit save. Again, I'm selling out of positions. My proceeds will be reinvested into this pie. I will confirm. And now, as I go back into my dashboard, I still have my estimated trades, but as we click in here, what's going to happen is, bam, it's going to go ahead and readjust this down to, it's going to automatically do this, but at least now I am targeting the stocks that I want to be buying. It's not going to give me the equity in there. Obviously, you can see here that's targeting SKT 195 and Simon Property Group 51, but at least I'm targeting the stocks that I am wanting to buy. So SPG is down 6.75, and Tanger Factory Outlets, it's actually kind of scooting ahead here further than I really want it to. It's going, I have a buy price of 16.18. It's now trading at 16.67. I really wish I had fell down into the 15 just a little bit. And, you know, at least as long as it stays within the $16 range, I think that's fairly nice. It'll bounce back up in maybe 21 or so into the future, and I'll be able to lock in that yield here of 8.78 to 8.52, and then get rid of Coca-Cola and Medtronic. So that is how you can target, even though it's targeting your pie, you just have to set your positions low to 1%. Now tomorrow, after I have made the sells and the buys, then I can go back in here, click edit, select all, rebalance and equalize, and because I'm not actually selling any positions out of my pie, it's not reinvesting any capital back into my pie. So that'll be fine. I'll just be able to rebalance it. Right now it looks like a mohawk with a beard going on here. So that is how that is done. So I am making a few changes to my portfolio. I have this is the second lineup. I'm not changing anything after here. I've done a couple sells here in the past. I've already marked them down here. I sold Apple 0.36 shares, very not so much amount, $76 worth, and I sold Cisco about $125.03. So that has all been removed from the portfolio. From the activity here, we can see Cisco paid me out $443, and here are my trades. I purchased Kimberly Clark randomly, and Cardinal Health was supposed to be my main target there of about $200 and some dollars. From my Apple and Cisco proceeds, I basically took equity that I made out of thin air with my cash and moved it into Cardinal Health, which is currently down. That's why I'm kind of averaging down on that one as well. This one's down around 6.15, but with that new equity boost that I'm going to be adding to, it should be going into the $700 range here as well here. So that is basically all I wanted to cover in today's video. Just a very quick video going over if you're selling and removing slices from your portfolio that you no longer want to have in your pie or portfolio, and you don't want your proceeds to be reinvested into your total pie, randomly, then this is how you would edit and adjust your portfolio down to 1% versus, and then target those specific stocks that you really want to target to have much higher percentages than the rest of your portfolio. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, if you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, going over anything in today's video, I know it was a little bit different than my other videos. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would highly appreciate if you do subscribe. I cover the stock market, dividends, real estate, and personal finance. So I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.